host. Hello, 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 and welcome. It is so nice that you're here. And if you're listening after I'm live, I'm grateful. What can I say? But I've got to do one thing because I always do it. And I have Instagram here on the side. Woohoo, woohoo. Guess what? It is such a day, yeah. Such a mighty fine day. Such a day, yeah. Such a mighty fun day, yeah. Woo! What can I say, honey? It is a good day. I took Buddy for a walk and he's like thrilled. And I'm trying to do something for Instagram. And he's like, would you please walk? Would you get going? So I did. All right, now let's get comfy. Hello, hello, hello. I have to tell you that it's so important that you rule your day. Don't let the day rule you, because as you let the day rule you, you're not in charge, right? It's going to throw you here and there. And at the end of the day, you're going to wonder, wait a second, what did I achieve? Are you looking to achieve something? Now, okay, as a singer, as an artist, as a musician, okay, I'm looking to achieve something, but not just in my career. Remember, it's your voice and it's your life. So if you want more happiness, more peace, more success, secret sauces are what I have to give you, okay? And those secret sauces are in your daily habits, your rituals, scheduling. So I have some questions. I have them here. I got to put them in this hand because I tell you, I can't see it over there well. I'm going like that. So how are you spending your days? Now, I really want you to think about it, okay? Do you wish they were different? Do you have a routine? Are you having enough time for your goals, your career, your loved ones, and your health? Oh my gosh. Are you achieving the things that you want? So you know what? When I took the course with Darren Hardy, I did. Okay, it was Insane Productivity. Great course. You have to look the man up. And you if you only knew how much I like, I mean, I did routine, I did schedule, but it helped me so much. And that's why I want to help you, because if you don't do those things, if you don't really check how you're spending your time, it's gone. It's you can't get it back. It's like, that's it, gone, bye, see ya. And you go, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. And I don't want to say that. I don't want you to say that. I want you to say, you know what? I listened to this crazy lady and she was telling me, about scheduling, and I actually listened and I did it. So remember, just think about it. You get up one day and you're, maybe you get a cup of coffee, you get, your juice or something. Then you rush out the door and you start doing this, you start doing that. And then you have an appointment. Oh my gosh, I got to get there. You're there and you're late and you go, I don't know what happened. No, you do know what happened. You didn't prep. You didn't take care of your time. And you just need to take care of it even better. I need to take care of it better. I keep working it because every week is a challenge. Isn't it a challenge in our lives? It's not easy. So now I have some steps, but before I do those steps, I have a secret. I have somebody coming in and he's waiting in the wings. Mr. A New Gun. He's a musician. He is a film director and he's an actor. There he is. Right. And hello. Of course, he is my spiritual son.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Oh, wow. It's so neat. Guess what? Oh, woo, woo. There you go. We got to keep him in both screens. This is the first day I'm doing like Instagram too. It's like, are you crazy, Marquita? And he says, but he knows me well enough. Oh, yeah. Got to tell you, not only does he, do wonderful music, but he's also singing. Okay. Shh, don't tell. And you see that book back there? That is what we did. I didn't do it. We did it. I might have written the stuff, but I had a new over here and all the pictures in there, beautiful collage of pictures he put together. And we worked so good together that we're back together now. He's unlocked now. He was like, for like how many years, and I haven't seen him. This is our first time in being live, literally.
Yeah.
In what?
Ever. First time live ever.
Yeah. But I mean, after being locked down.
Yeah, a couple of years.
Yeah. It was like disgusting. Okay. I hated it. Okay. I'm like, when? Oh, soon. When? Soon. Soon is here. My boy. I love it. I am so thrilled. Okay. Now, we're going to go through. Now, I'm going to get this over here so I can actually deal with it. Okay. All righty. So now you're going to do this. Okay. I did this. I'm doing this. Okay. And I know Anu started doing some stuff differently too. And he's scheduled and he's doing a few things like that I mentioned. It's like, okay, list everything you need to do for the week. Okay. I want you to get a piece of paper, just list it down. Everything you need to do. I got to do that. I got to do the doctors, got to do my hair. Oh my gosh, the hair. Okay. Now, sometimes you're going to only be able to do the days in the week because it's so new to you. Listen, I can only get to the one day. And some of you you're going to be going and you're going to be putting things down in your schedule. Okay. You might even only get like one day, but that's okay. What I want you to do is list everything for the week if you can. If you only get days, do you get the week? Day or days, then fine. Then have another piece of paper. And at the top, you want to put every day of the week. And then you want to put the times. Now, I get up for something. 4:15, depends on when I hit the snooze. And then what you want to do is the time you go to bed. Okay, so 8:30. On the weekend, I play hooky. Okay, so then on the weekend, it's like, okay, later. But these are the weekdays, and I work on the weekends too. How do you think I get all this done? Okay, I'm working, but I'm not busy. I'm productive, and it's because of this. So then I schedule, okay? And I start in the morning, and I schedule. What you want to do is schedule your priority. What are the things that you want to get done? What is your most important? If it's your health, if it's your family. And I know you scheduled in the morning, right? You started scheduling. What did you do?
I used to be, especially when I was writing, I used to be a night writer. Like I liked writing at night. But after I read Robert Rodriguez's book, he switched from night writer to morning writer.
Say that slower. Robert
Rodriguez, who directed El Mariachi, all those Desperado movies.
Great. Okay. So how did you find out about him? What about him?
He's one of the most famous indie film directors who made his first film for $6,000 and he blew up. Now he's massive, but his book is called Rebel Without a Cause.
Rebel Without a Cause.
Rebel Without a Crew.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Rebel Without a Crew. We always want to give kudos to somebody who did the hard work of getting a book. So we want to make sure you know his name and exactly that book. So tell us.
So basically what he was saying, when he wrote at night, he would start falling asleep. But in the morning when he started waking up. So his energy level rose. So I started analyzing my energy levels. And for me, it's that morning, right when I wake up, coffee, you just spent your whole night dreaming. So you tap into that. Yes. And for a while, I'd have my laptop ready to go. So I just open it and I can touch type and write in.
Exactly. And that's what Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, when I did their course, again, wonderful people, and always mentioning people who have given you things and always return a favor of thank you. And we're so grateful for them.
It's life-changing.
Yes. And that's exactly it. And I know I mentioned it too about scheduling. And it's like people say, oh, getting up that early. You know what? 15 minutes earlier, you can start that morning routine. And that's the scheduling. You want to, the first part of your day, that is usually the energy of the day. And a lot of times people say at the end of the day, oh, I get my energy. Well, you know what? it's a scientific fact. At least that's what the people who have looked it up say, and that is it. You want a ritual in the beginning of the day to set you up for your day. Okay. And that ritual for me is number one, going to God. Well, first I feed the animals, okay? And then I turn off my cell.
Actually, that alarm was a song that Marquita and I worked on for 4 years. My daughter wanted that for her class as her alarm.
Oh, really?
It's the best breakup, yeah.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
That was the hardest song in my life.
Yes.
Thanks to this lovely lady.
That made it easier?
Oh, I was just telling my brother, it's like just the vocal breakthroughs I've had with you. I've had other amazing teachers, but with you focus in on the person, their needs, and their wants.
Oh, that's so important.
And it's like I had immediate breakthroughs with you that I've never had before.
Oh,
I've had other great teachers, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is whatever the person wants. And we're digressing, okay? But what can I say?
I mean, this is the meat of the matter, right? This is what held me up for decades. I was like, I can't sing. I'm not going to sing. I quit. And you quit, and you quit, and then with you, I got to the breakthrough where I'm like, okay, I'm putting it out.
Yeah, and also practicing. But that's again with time, with scheduling. You've got to get it in. You've got to do that practice. And I'm one of those that I beat my students up by you've got to be really good. But the secret thing with the secret sauces we're talking about here is giving the person what they want, knowing who they are. I had to look at Anu and figure out how he works. Who is he? What does he want? How does he want to sound? And give him the tools to get that sound. If you're a musician, how do you want to play? Well, then your teacher has to know how to bring that out in you. And that's what I needed to do for Anu and all the other students. But I had to also say, you need to do practice. You need to get that in. You need to schedule it. And I'm pounding that into you, and I'm pounding that into my students and whoever else comes my way.
Actually, I've got a question. I'm chatting with Rich, who actually commented.
Hey, Rich, how you doing? Yeah, very cool. Thanks for mentioning writing in the morning versus it. You know what? The morning time is your magnificent time. If you do not take advantage of it, it is when you have the most energy. Whether you believe you're a night person or not, forget it, honey. Forget it. Tell you right now, it is the morning time. Get your morning straight, and you straighten out the day. Okay, so let's go in there.
So Rich is a phenomenal guitar player. He's like finger picking, like he plays at. I'm probably going to get this wrong, but I think it's the Blue Note. It's like very high end. You got to get through a lot of levels of auditions in Nashville. And so we were talking about performance, because actually the last time I performed at your place here at the practice performance, when I realized the amount of time it takes for 3 songs, which is about 15 minutes, so that made me reevaluate, because now I have kids. So I shifted. I took that time out because I was getting so frustrated because I don't have 3 hours to play guitar. My fingers really tight. So I shifted to more songwriting, which I can do. I'm pushing the girls at the park on a swing, and I'm writing lyrics. It doesn't require me to have focused, writing. So right now at this season of my life, that's what it is. So my chops have really gone downhill. So just trying to figure out. And same with vocals, right? I need more practice with vocals. The vocals you can do singing, driving in a car, but you can't play guitar.
Yes, and that is exactly it. How are you going to schedule? And you'll have different seasons in life. The things will be more important to you. So you're going to prioritize your goals. So let me go back to this to help you with the scheduling. Okay, so list everything you need to do, the days of the week, the time. Now remember, the morning ritual is your secret sauce, the primary secret sauce. So that means body, mind, and spirit. Okay. So in the morning, you spend your time. I spend them with Big Daddy. I spend it with God. I spend it with meditating. I visualize my things, all how I want to be in life, my goals that I want. I'm centering myself. I high five Marquita. I high five Marquita, and I'm pumped for the day. No matter how I was sleeping or what I was thinking, what was going on, I'm pumped for the day. And then I do the most important thing, but I get up earlier in order to do that. And then I do the list after that. But I have that time for the important thing. And you got up before the girls got up and started doing something else that was important at that time. And then you have your children. Now, again, remember, this is your loved ones and your health. So I knew you scheduled time for that. You made sure you got it in.
So this is what's interesting, because I tried scheduling, and that's where we're polar opposite in terms of hanging out. She's like, I can schedule a week. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing this afternoon. So, but for me, I have this morning routine to where the first thing I do, I don't even think about looking at a schedule. It's like I write my song, I write screenplay or whatever it is. It's that writing mode, whatever that season is. And then, so I already have a built-in schedule. So I will challenge myself to start writing a schedule again. I tried a whole Google Calendar and it just didn't work for me. Just because the kids are like, they start crying, it knocks your schedule out of balance.
Yeah, but that whole thing, you reschedule then.
Right.
That you still have schedule, you still have alignment in your life, because there's times when they are the priority.
Yeah.
But when you get up earlier than they get up, you have that time. Then there's a season when you change. And yes, you've got to go away. I have to go away. The dog says I got to go to the bathroom. Yeah. I've got to go away. But then I get back to my schedule. So in essence, we are polar. We aren't really. Right. You are rescheduling then.
Right.
You are rescheduling, and you're reprioritizing your time. Right. If it's your health, then you've got to take care of that. There will always be interruptions, but in the beginning of the day, you need to go through, what do I need for that day? Interruptions will always happen. Life will always happen. But then you get back on the horse again. Right. Okay? You get interrupted, but you get back on the horse.
And actually, one more comment on that is, is the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. His thing is pay yourself first, not just with money, but with time. So you pay yourself first. You know, you're not dealing with bills. You're not dealing with other things. You're working on your dream, your songs, your screenplay, whatever it is.
Exactly. And that's where you only want to put the priorities in there. And you'll put a dentist appointment, you'll put a doctor's appointment, you put in your goals. And remember, it's always fluid because life does happen, but you got to have it in there, because if you don't, the day will rule you and you're not in charge of it. Okay. So your priorities. And then in the list, you have these other things that need to be done. Figure out what you really have to do. Like, I got to do the hair, okay? I got to do the hair. If I have to go to the bank, if I have an appointment, and if I've got whatever I've got to do, I got to take the dog out. Okay. I've got to feed the animals. It goes in. It goes into that. Everything goes in that you have to do.
And actually, a step before that is analyze your day.
That's
like how you normally do.
No, now it's coming up.
Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
It's coming up. Yeah. So assess how you spend your time. Okay, so now you're going to analyze. Yeah, it was. I had it. We're on the same page. We're on the same page. So Ed Milet said, "Squeeze useless air out of the day," and that was from Ed Milet in his book, One More, The Power of One More. So what you're going to do is analyze and assess. Okay, here we go. So eliminate the waste time. And we're gonna go back and forth on this, okay? Don't you love it? So eliminate the waste time. The time that you're spending on TV, the time you're on the internet, you're over there texting, you're over there checking email, you're doing all this, you're watching the news. If it's negative, get it out of your life. You can watch the news once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, and you got the whole enchilada. And is it really positive? Does it make you feel good? You watch the news and you feel really good, right? No, no, because it's negative and it's polar. You know, it's even more so now because the agenda is to, wow, we're getting more ratings. Let's go this way. The thing is, you do not want that in your life. You want happiness and peace and success. So you focus on the things that you need to focus on. What are they? Your career, your family, your health, the people that you love. Those are important. When the show ends, you better have something going other than the show, other than the song you wrote. And he knows that firsthand now because he has 2 kids, he has a wife, and he has life, other than the stage. And what you do cannot be who you are. Okay, what you do is what you do. Who you are, that's your personal life. So make sure you've got that together. That's your morning ritual. That morning ritual makes it happen. Now, in the evening too, I sit and give thanks. In the morning, that's the gratitude time, thank you time, God time, preparing, pumping. That's the ritual you want first. Then your priorities, set them straight. Okay, now use the time to schedule what's important. So that's that useless air. Get rid of that. But now, also, don't add in the urgency of the moment, okay? Decide when it fits your schedule. The urgency of the moment. Oh, somebody calls. I have an appointment. I got to be out. And it won't take long. You know what? Then you're late. Why were you late? There's no reason to be late. And I pad the time so that I have a little time. But when I am supposed to go, you got to decide, is that really important? Or am I going to be there for what I said I was going to be there for? So keeping your promise, I said I was going to be there. I said I was going to show up. That's your integrity. You see, either you mean what you say and you say what you're going to do and you do it, or you don't. So watching your time, guarding that, and sometimes a thing comes in and you have to answer it. But 9 times out of the 10, you don't. Oh, I just wanted to say hello. I'm going to be late now. See you later. Okay. Or schedule it to fit your schedule. Remember, everything, schedule it to fit your schedule. And of course, there's exceptions. Now, I knew you were going to mention where the TV, which is so important when people have things in their lives, they've got to look at TV. They, like a voice over student of mine, he says, I've got to look at this because that's my next thing, as my audition. So would you, mention that?
Right. So as a musician, right now, the biggest payout is sync licensing. That's when your song is synced to a video or film or TV show or commercial. So you kind of have to know the market out there. Not necessarily you have to change your things, but you got to figure out my song would fit in the show. Like I do a lot of like 80s rock, so it would fit on Glow and things like that. So then I find out who the music supervisors are. And watching TV, you can find out music supervisors through IMDb, but watching the show, you'll get a feel of the pacing of the song, which is hard to do by just reading. So turn that useless time into something productive. Like just keep your ear out for music. What kind of mixes are they using? Because you have to mix differently for TV than you do for an album coming out. So you got to drop the vocals down so there's no overlap between the dialogue of the show. Things like that. You can listen for that. So you can turn that useless time into something productive.
And I think you had mentioned this, and this is where we have to be careful, though. The excuses that are given, such as with weight loss, knowing everything about it because you're reading books, taking courses, know about how the family should work, know about watching the TV for this, and then you never do. Okay. So the result is knowing up here, getting caught up here does not mean success. It just means it's going to stay here and nothing happens. It's in the doing. So you don't use it as an excuse to not do the work, to not actually lose the weight, to not actually have a successful marriage, to not actually turn those things off and actually write the doggone song. You can't, that is that flip side of that coin that you have to be careful. And what you had mentioned was balance. And that's exactly it. And you're going to balance your scheduling. You're going to do that, but you need to do it. You need to look at it because once you start looking at the paper and seeing it and start at the end of the day, you go, whoa, I accomplished a lot. Ed Milet, he separates his day into 3 different parts, 3 different sections, and then he has sleep. So, but the man is highly successful because he's organized and he's straightforward with things. And he has a great family life. He's had good health and he's highly successful. Now you can have success and be very unhappy. Okay. You can be poor and be very unhappy. So remember, it is the balance in your life. So that is your career, your voice, whatever it is, and your private life, balance. Because we all know the unhappy people that have made it. We hear about them and they committed suicide and oh my gosh, they took their lives. They weren't happy and they were like amazing talents. Or people that are wealthy and they're angrier than anything. And then you hear the stories of the people that are successful and they're very happy. And the people that have wealth, and they're very happy. They're philanthropists. They give like mad to charities. And whoever it is, whether you have money, whether you do not have money, okay? Are you going to be happy with a balanced life? That means your profession and your personal life. All of this has to have balance in it. And so,
so if I could speak on the balance thing real quick.
Oh, yes, sir.
So one thing I have is like goal-oriented activities. This is based off of John Maxwell's. He separated goal-oriented activities versus tension-relieving activities.
Where did you hear about that?
John C. Maxwell.
Yeah, but was it in a book?
Yes, one of his books.
Do you remember the name?
Success. It might be Success, which is my favorite book by him, but it might be something else. But yeah, I think it was Success. It's a tiny little book, 70 pages, like almost like just poems for each page. It's real easy to read. I have it sitting there. But basically saying separate your attention relieving versus goal oriented. Because I remember getting everything done, getting the taxes done, the bills done, but I just felt so incomplete because I was never working on my goals. But now, even within the goals, I split it up into 3. You got goal-oriented activity level 1, 2, and 3.
Wow, yeah.
So level 3 is passive, watching movies, seeing how movies are done, reading books, all that. Level 2 is like auditioning, but you're still not guaranteed a role. Mm-hmm. Level 1 is doing the work. So in my head, I already have that sorted out to where doing the work comes first.
Okay, so what is doing the work?
Writing a song, recording a song.
You're
actually doing the work.
You're doing it. Yes,
yes.
So that is your ultimate. Without that, all the rest is just up here.
Yeah, I've got friends who watch millions of movies, but they've never made a movie.
No.
It's...
And that is the catch for so many. And what it is fear. It's not I don't have time, it's fear. And so we must be fearless. We must be fearless because what are we here for? We're here to be a blessing. We're here to be a blessing, not to just sit and wish and hope and think and pray. We're here to give.
I'm going to have little things to throw in on everything. So the thing with fear that helps me get through fear is whenever I make a decision, like, I'm not going to sing. Is this decision based on fear or is it based on passion? So if it's by fear, I'm like, okay, you got to nip that in the bud.
Yeah.
But if it's passion, that's what helps me keep going to the next level. Like I did not want to sing, but I'm still doing it,
Yes,
it's
yes.
like, you're like, I don't want to sing in front of people, but I'm still putting out the album, doing stuff.
The two sides of the coin.
Yeah.
It's always this positive, negative.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a little angel devil sitting on your shoulder.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Shut up. And using that negative, is the whole thing. That really, using it like that nervous energy before we get on stage. We just did a show on Saturday, and I have the picture of my little boy. He's a little boy that looks very mischievous. He's like any day he's gonna break out or he's gonna do something really funny or great. I mean, he's got this great look. So I imagine him, and it eases my fear. When I'm on stage of, oh my gosh, this, or I'm going to make, I'm going to hit that note or whatever. I listen to him. I look at him and I relax. I get the kid out of me.
So that's
wonderful.
That's interesting. I'm turning this into musician interviews.
It's great.
You got immense amount of talent and experience and you still have stage fright.
I didn't have it when I was a kid, but I bottled up my emotions. Mm-hmm. So I was like steel because I had to do that in order to survive. Mm-hmm. So when I went on stage, I nailed it. I just did it. Right. But after I got counseling, I got real and I got, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm actually happy and everything. Now I'm vulnerable,
right? But
it's great because now after that, I had to go through understanding that no, don't allow the voices in my head to, speak to me and me like grip myself. It's now, what do I need? And this is another video. It's the imagination on what you think of before you go on stage and on stage. And that will save you from yourself a lot, or from me. So now I'm vulnerable. And so I now have shifted. I've used different things. So that's another video. But definitely I'm vulnerable now. I'm open, but I found a way to get through that.
But in your song, I Will Not Grow Weary, it's like these voices in my head telling me it's too late or something. That second verse.
Yes.
It's like everybody deals with it no matter what level.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you manage that?
Yeah.
So that's what
And
you're.
when you, yeah, and I'll talk about that. Yeah, because that's the psychological.
Right.
But this is like us doing the work here. So that is a video. That is another live for another day. we have bridged many gaps here, and Anu, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it is so wonderful to see my little boy. Okay. Yes. It's so wonderful to have you here and to start working together too.
Yes.
You know, because we're going to work together. I have a course that's coming up, and Anu is going to be helping me with that. And so I am thrilled, you know, and he's going to be singing, and I'm going to whip his butt.
Working on my album right now.
Exactly. And right now, the show that we did on Saturday is airing. You can get tickets at Marquita Waters. You know, I didn't put this up. Look at this. Hey, Kat, how you doing? Okay, let me see the comments. Let me see here. Okay, I'm going to show this, marquitawaters.com. So you can go to marquitawaters.com, and then all of a sudden it's going to pop up, and tickets are on sale now. You can see our little show, and I have 4 of my students that are singing, and they're doing really great, and we're working constantly to get better. Okay, one of the ladies is doing a film, and another lady is going to do a one-woman show, and another lady is going to break out very soon. And Ken just loves singing. What can I say? He's doing great balls of fires, playing and singing.
Nice.
Cute. Yes, I love it.
Top Gun related. Everybody,
Yeah.
I taught my nephew how to play that.
Oh,
Everybody
I mean,
wants to do it.
yeah. So listen, guys, we need to leave. So thank you so much for being here. You are a blessing to us. Thank you so much. Remember, always do what you love and love what you do. Right?
Sounds
Say
good
bye.
to me.
Bye. See ya. I gotta press
bye
the
to Instagram.
button. I gotta press the button. There you go.